So yesterday was an interesting time for the yearly gaming calendar. I mean, we got the annual reveal of the next Call of Duty. Boo, big whoop, I know. But, I think this is certainly something that a lot of people have sort of come to expect, and they'll kind of just wave this off as business as usual or whatever. Naturally, I'm one who's also kind of in that camp, and I was sort of ready to just be like, oh, whatever, it's just Call of Duty. But for some reason, I still decided to play this event. Now, to those who have remained out of this loop, Call of Duty has sort of started to do this thing where instead of just putting out a trailer and saying, oh, Call of Duty's coming, they do this in-game Warzone event. Warzone is their battle royale for Call of Duty. Now, Warzone has probably been one of the biggest successes in gaming in recent years. As weird as it is to say, but, it's very much kept COD relevant throughout like the years of, Fortnite, Apex, PUBG, and sort of put it sort of in a position to compete with those games, weirdly enough. Now, opinions aside, you cannot argue with the fact that that's true. And, this has been very interesting time to see it sort of flourish, because despite it being a big commercial success, it's been the target of a lot of debate in the Call of Duty community because, when you take the time to create this massive battle royale game, when your previous titles have primarily been focused on smaller tactical quote unquote gameplay, the 6v6 loadouts, like shooty each other in like a small 3-lane map, those players can sort of feel a little left out. Me being somebody who has been part of that player group, sort of seeing that Warzone gets all this sick new stuff, and multiplayer kind of just feels forgotten about. We got our usual group of maps, we have our usual like things and gameplay, whatever, but nothing really sort of has felt truly like exciting about 6v6 multiplayer. Like, sure, there's like a few modes, but in the end, it's sort of just been a very not that exciting. I mean, that's kind of just what I could say, but it's honestly whatever, though. I'm not gonna say that, this isn't a platform for me to say they should focus on 6v6 more. It's sort of just to me to sort of say, whatever, that's cool, it's interesting. It's not really like I have the power to change anything, considering this is just a video of me talking about something that I've never really posted about on this channel before. So we'll see. Regardless, I just can't deny how much hype was created by this event. As much as people have their opinions about Call of Duty, it's pretty clear that a lot of people after this event are still just gonna buy this game. It's the Call of Duty cycle, as we've seen. There was so much buzz generated on social media. Content creators, streamers, YouTubers, Twitter, everyone was sort of talking about what was happening. They dropped the trailer as well from Modern Warfare 3, the campaign trailer. If you've watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying it's a very, 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 very hype thing. And I guess to also add to Infinity Ward's credit, it was actually a pretty solid event. I was a little surprised because, it was on the Warzone map. Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. So the event itself basically was you would load in with a bunch of people, you were playing at Shadow Company, and you were going down into al-Mazrah, which is the Warzone 2.0 map, and basically securing missile launchers, blowing up this place on the map, going in and extracting the gas and getting out. It was fully PvE, like you were loaded in with like 8 squads or something, and then you would all work together to sort of push this one central location and take the gas and get out. It was actually like a very, very interesting event. It was very easy, mind you. It wasn't like anything insane. Like, it was on the same difficulty level as like the co-op missions. That's how easy it was. But no, it was actually very nice. Very well done. I was expecting it to like absolutely crash and burn. You wouldn't be able to play for like hours and then just sort of wait until the next day. Like, I was like, when I saw the event was 4 days, I'm like, oh my god, they don't even have faith in their own servers. But no, it worked. I managed to get 2 runs in basically like right after it started. It was really nice. And I guess it's sort of been like a weird thing with Modern Warfare 2 2022 in general, is that the PvE scene in this game, actually very fun. Yeah, the raids, the co-op, it's all been very fleshed out, and there's a lot of things that have genuinely surprised me as a player, and it's really cool. I've been running with my friends, and we've all sort of had the same feeling of like, wow, I would never expect this out of Call of Duty. Like, it's nothing groundbreaking, but the fact that it is there, it works. There are like actual raid mechanics. There's sort of like mini boss battles with the juggernauts and everything, and it's all enhanced by having Call of Duty gameplay, which, even though this year's is a little controversial as well, but it's all felt very smooth and very nice. I've always loved how the guns feel in this game, but it's weird. I'm really excited then for what's coming next, because that can only mean next year's game will have hopefully a similar level of effort put in. I know it's not made by Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer's making it, but if it's like similar at all, especially because of the campaign, I saw something while I was recording this that the new campaign will have linear missions as well as open world missions, which I think will make something really, really interesting to play. I'm actually very excited. That is to say, you know, just for the campaign. I can't say anything about anything else, because I know the PvE single player side is going to be very interesting. At least I have faith. Though I guess also on that note, I'm going to add a funny little addendum based on what happened in the event. You know, I don't know why General Shepard is keeping Graves on his payroll. Like, that guy has lost so much stuff to the Russians and to the other people in general. It's like first in Modern Warfare 2, he lost the missiles, and then in this now he's lost the gas and gave it straight back to Makarov. Like it's kind of silly. Like, how has he allowed himself to get so played so many times? I don't know why, man. How did these people even sneak into like Shadow Company? There's so many people that went in there. And you're telling me 2 Russian spies is all it took to like destabilize the entire Shadow Company? That's it's I don't know, man. It's kind of I'm just not gonna think about it. it's you know, we can pick apart the narrative so easily by just like critically looking at it, but there's no point really, because you know we all know there's no reason to in this game. It's not supposed to be like this super deep and narrative experience. It's supposed to be fun and boom, Call of Duty American action movie, yeah. But yeah, no, that's kind of, you know, sort of my opinion on a lot of what has happened in this event. I'm excited. How do I feel about buying Call of Duty? Well, I don't know, in this video I think you can probably tell that I'm going to be buying the game regardless of everything else, like I said, because I know and I have faith in the devs that the campaign will be a very good and solid experience that will hopefully deserve my money. I don't know, I hope it does. That's why I'm pre-ordering. I don't know, it's, you know, burn me at the stake all you want. I intend to pre-order this game just to play the campaign. Multiplayer is another thing. I don't intend to spend any more money after I pre-order unless the game is something that, you know, becomes very special, which I don't think it will. It's too soon to call on that, but yeah, we'll just have to see. If you have the game and are willing to download like the 200 gigabytes you need and like sit through all the boring crap you need to do, you can try out the event. It's not like the worst event. Like I said, it's very easy. So, you know, if you've never played a first person shooter before, you can probably pick up the event. And I think, no, it's like an interesting time. And I am cautiously optimistic for next year's Call of Duty on the single player and co-op side. Everything else, that's a whole lot of negativity I won't get into now, but I'm sure you can find all the discourse online. So those are my thoughts on the event, and if you agree with any of them, make sure to leave a comment. If you disagree, also leave a comment. I would love to sort of have a dialogue in the comments if you are interested. I love talking about gaming and stuff like that, so yeah, we'll see. And this is also a very different experiment on my part, you know, doing sort of this commentary video. I've done this stuff before, but like not really. So if you are at all interested in leaving feedback, I would love that. And if not, feel free to check out the rest of the channel. This is not something I intend to do regularly. I'm just sort of doing it as I feel. So yeah, if you enjoyed, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.